Are you one of these people that are shooting at all types of things? Here it is. This week you're doing one thing. Next week you're doing something else. A couple of weeks from now you're doing something different. It's because you are not playing with the right weapons. You are not operating with a target. When you when you realize when you realize that you are in this earth for a purpose, that there are some things that are on the inside of you that must get to the outside, then what you do is you see yourself as who it is that you are. Dr. Hardy calls it your future self. I call it the real self. When you see it from the end, from the finished, anything that I am going after, I see it finished before I start. I'm after some things with my YouTube. I'm after some things with my business. I'm after certain amounts of money to produce before the end of the year. I see it. I'm already finished. Now, what happens is this: my brain, my energy, my abilities, who it is that I am, I've already designed a title to it. It says, I am a winner. Some of my words are kind of slurring because I have this tooth that's messed up. And so I'm very careful with it. At any rate, I have defined my future. I have defined what already has happened. And now I have to come back and do the work in order for it to manifest as what it is that I see. There are people that I've had to take out of my life. There's situations that I've had to. There are things that I enjoy doing, my golfing and all of these other kinds of things, because I really enjoy golf. Different things that I've had to take out of my life. And you say, why would you do that? Because they're distractions. Every distraction delays your progress. When you have a clear focus, when you have a laser focus on something which says, this is what it is that I must do. I have made my decision. I have decided that there will be no side trips. There will be no distractions. There will be nothing. Everything that is not going in the direction of your future, of your picture that you have in this frame. See, I have my picture and it's framed. It is the picture of the success of this, the success of this, the success of this that I call success. Not what someone else calls success, but what you call success and what you see as success. You need to decide within yourself that I am worth it. Not if I'm worth it, that I am worth it. And the people that I'm assigned to, they are worth it. They are worth me doing what I have to do, what I will do, what I desire to do in order to produce the life that I desire and help them to produce the life that they desire. You see, anytime you have clear focus, you can only have clear focus when you know who you are. Identity, identity, identity. I'm also a real estate broker, okay? And one of the things that they drill in you is location, location, location. Now, where I live in my town, I live on a good side of town. And so the properties here are a lot higher than they are on another part of town. Why is that? It's because of the location. Location, location, location. The location of your dream, the location of your goal, the location of your life, where you see it, will determine what you're going to have to do to pay the price to get there. To everything. Everything has a price. They say, come and get this free stuff. Come and get this free stuff. I mean, we're going to do giveaways, but it's none of it's free. It cost me something. It will cost you something even to be able to use it. no matter what. It's like, okay, I'm going to enter this contest. I'm going to do this. I'm going to win this money. I'm going to produce this money. I'm going to have this business. Why? Is it you? When you know who you are, then your directions and the things that are necessary in order for you to manifest that person that you see yourself as, nothing will stop you. When you realize how valuable you are, see, all of this is mine. When you and then you'll start to realize that your past did not do anything to you, but it was there for you. And so, therefore, you take what other people think and other people might say are your failures of your past, which I look at and I say, you mean the opportunities of my past? You mean the things that happened in my past? You mean my getting pregnant out of wedlock in my past? How is that working for me? That would have been this, that would have been that. No, it let me know that because I did not abort my child, which you couldn't have in those days anyway. I mean, you could have gone to the lady around the corner and she could have used a wire hanger and all that kind of stuff, which all of those things were possible. I mean, trying, but it still didn't do much of anything. But because I didn't, I have someone today that I'm working with, someone that's able to help me with books, and I'm able to help her. I have a beautiful granddaughter. I have beautiful grandsons. I have all of this. It was horrible then, or what it was that I went through then, but I realized something. I did not give her away either. I raised her. And she's a college education, which that don't mean a whole lot. But at any rate, she is a person with substance today. So that didn't work against me. That worked for me. All the different things that I went through, my father dying, my going through the mental and emotional kind of turmoils it was, thinking that it was my fault because of the way that my mother was towards me. That worked for me also. It allowed me to realize I could love her no matter what. Are you catching this picture? And I look at it today, all of my past, and I've had rapes. I've had a number of things to happen in my life. I mean, I've had a lot of things. And you already know that I'm around my 80s. And so, back then, things were very different than they are now. I don't know if they were worse or better. I choose to believe that right now is the best time of my life. But I take those things and I reframe them for my now that's going to positively affect my future self. See, if I take those things and I have them framed in my mind that they are negatives in my life, what that does, number one, it drains my energy. Number two, it makes me a victim. Number three, what it says is that I am not all that I need to be, that it takes away from me. And then I cannot operate as a whole person. But to be able to operate as a whole person, to be able to think, to be able to come out of situations, to be able to realize that no matter how much money I make, I can make money. I can have toys, and I can have houses and cars and all of these things. Then I have to look at it. And when I looked at it, I'm thinking, wow, God had a purpose and a plan for me. And since he had a purpose and a plan for me, all of those things that happened happened to me that I might have seen as happening to me, that they were actually happening for me, because I realized that I was stronger than I thought I was. You've heard my story about how I view slavery, how I view the 50s and the 60s and the 40s and all of those years and everything, that all of the stuff that I went through. I look through it as being a very strong person, as being one that has a future, that has a hope, that has insight. Now, when you change your frame and you point towards that, here's my goal. If I had my board in here, I would draw a bullseye. And so what am I doing? I am pointing my life towards that center point. And so therefore, I will not miss my mark. Well, suppose you miss your mark this way, Dr. Baker, then I'm going to get another arrow. It does not mean making mistakes does not mean failure. I have never failed in anything in my life. Why is that? Because I've not quit. I have not quit. As long as you don't quit, then you will not fail. And the more that you accomplish, the more you get up and do it again. The more you get up and do it again. You notice I didn't say try. I did not say try again. The more you get up and do it again, the more that your resolve is there, the more things that you understand, and you look at the mistakes, you look at the fallings, you look at those things that you've done, and you investigate them, you dissect them, you take them apart and say, okay, I learned this from this, and I learned this from this. Oh, I know what I can do here. Why? Because you are pointed towards that mark. You have drawn your board. You are going to hit that center. Everything that you have desired, everything that you have looked at, you're saying, I know that this is mine. I know that I can do this. And so therefore I made a mistake here. Well, what did you see from that? I see that I should have had these things and these issues and these people were distractions. That this television thing, this is my favorite movie, my favorite series of things. They are a distraction. They are not taking me to where it is that I'm to go. They do not define me until you know who you are. And it's not what you do. You see, when you know who you are, then you do what it is that you do. You have to become, you have to be this person. See, I have become this person. I had to become the person that could handle the PhDs I have. I had to become the person that would not get impressed with the education. I had to become the person that was one to continue to learn, to realize that this is something that I am mastering in, but I need assistance here and I need assistance here. You see, when you have all of these other things around you, then what it is, you start to have clutter. And when you have clutter, you cannot find your way. Has it ever been you had your desk and it was full and you were looking for something and you're pulling papers and you're moving all of these things? They were distractions. All of the things were distractions because that pen that you were looking for is right there. Here it is. You mean this? And someone else comes in and you've been going through all of this and you say, I've been looking for my pen. I'm looking for my pen. And they call it, you mean this one? Where'd you get that from? Right there. It must have been underneath all of that. No, it was right on top. You could not see. You could not see because you had all of these other things going on. You have to clear your path. Arrows do not go around in a circle and then hit the mark. Your future is not going around in all of these circles and hitting the mark if you want it to happen in a fast time. No one says that oh my God, this is my 20-year goal. This is my 10-year goal. Who says that it has to happen in 10 or 20 years? Why don't you start to work and do the things that need to be done now so it can happen in 3 years so that you can stretch it out? I desire and I will do. I have decided that some things that I had looked at and that I was going to do at 90, at 95, I'm going to get those things done now so that I can have the enjoyment of the people that I desire now. Get it done quick. There's no such thing as having to have it on someone else's timeline. You choose your timeline when you know who you are. And then until you know who you are, you don't even know what you're capable of. Because what you're doing is you're doing things and you're looking at other people and you're comparing yourself with them. You are uniquely designed with talents on the inside of you, with gifts on the inside of you. The thing is this, you are smarter than you think. You think, well, I'm not very smart. That person's really smart. That person's really smart. No, you just don't know how you're smart. You don't know how you are accomplished this. You don't know whether this is the way that I work. This is the way that I work. This is the way that I understand. This is what it is. Start to spend some time with yourself so that you know who it is that you are. And You know how it is that you work. Until you do this, you don't know yourself. I know how I work, but I also know that there are other things that I know that I'm an introspective person, but I also want to have intrapersonal and interpersonal. So one is being able to communicate with other people. But the other one is how well do you know yourself? See, that personal, I know who it is that I am. And now the I want to be able to communicate better. So what do? I'm looking at others. I'm studying. I'm planning. I'm practicing. I'm doing all of those things. I'm not very great with music. I haven't gotten it so that I really want to take piano lessons. So that's not one of the things for me. Right now, these are the things that I'm working on. Why is that? Because I know who it is that I am. And I know that the people that I want to connect with, I have to work on interacting with them, speaking so that they can understand what it is that I'm saying. And so therefore open the door so that I'm able to meet my target. So let's wind this thing up. Here's what I want you to remember. Know who you are. Your intrapersonal transaction, that's with yourself. Know who you are, not what you do, not how other people see you, but know yourself. To your own self be true. This is who it is that I am. This is who it is that I was made to be. Then whatever that next part of you is, whether it's being able to interact with other people and how to be able to do that, the people that you are going to need in your life, whether it's another that knows how to do this, that knows how to do that, learn to allow people to come into your life that are going to help you to get to where it is you're going, and you are at the same time helping them get to where it is that they're going. And then the last part is know how you know what it is that you want and to be able to frame it. Get rid of the things that are in the past that have tried to hold you down and start to look forward to what it is, where it is that you're going. You will never get to where you want to go as long as you're looking behind. The Bible says something really powerful. It says, forgetting those things that are behind, I press towards the mark. I press towards the mark of the high call in Christ. So what I'm saying to you is forgetting those things which are behind. This is a principle also. And I want you to turn and use your now to press towards the things that you desire in your life. Have a definite place that you're going, because if you don't have a definite direction or a definite, I'm going to Louisiana. I get off the plane in Texas. I'm not staying in Texas, because if I stayed in Texas, I would never get to Louisiana. So you have a permanent, you have a place, you have a destination that you are going to. I know the destination that I'm going to and what it is that I'm going to do. Now, when you get these things together, you will be successful in your own eyes. And those are the eyes that's important. Like this video, share it with someone, ask questions next time, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.